Hi, my name is Mike Jones. I've come up with a gear drive mechanism which we've adapted to a scooter. My daughter Jamie will be demonstrating it. Some of the points that I would like you to notice as she's demonstrating it is a gear drive mechanism located under where she's standing. This is a very efficient gear that we've come up with whereby there is power both pushing and pulling on the handlebars. Also, as you notice, the force is being driven from the handlebars down to the gear system. This is a very compact gear system. It has 3 speeds. It's on a Sturmey Archer 3-speed hub. And Jamie will demonstrate it. Jamie, would you like to ride it for them? Okay. As you can tell, this scooter is, you can ride it and push it along or pedal it. It is very efficient. We have built a prototype out of steel and stainless steel, but you can make it out of lighter construction. One thing we'd like you to notice is the turning radius on the scooter. You can pump while you turn. This is one way we've devised, which makes it very efficient that you don't have to stop, or your hands can turn and pump at the same time. We have also devised a tricycle, which is like a big wheels and a tricycle combined. A person sits down in a seat and pushes with his legs and pulls with his arms, much like a rowing machine. Has 10 to 15 speeds and will accelerate very fast. We feel that this is a very novel thing that has come off this invention also. We also have a bicycle.
The inventors of the Power Pumper recently dropped off a prototype vehicle at a local school. The response was overwhelming. By the end of recess, all the kids wanted one.
I'd like to have it. But it's good and I wish I could get one. Do you have any in our size? Want one. How much does it cost? You go like this and it gives you a lot of exercise. I think it gives you more exercise than a bike because the bike you just pedal. And this you go like this and you go.
was really fun. I'd like to have one a lot.
I want one for Christmas.
Power Pumper, Power Pumper, Power Pumper. Here comes the new action ride-on, the totally new concept in fun. Power Pumper, the fastest, funnest kid power car ever built. Check this power plant. Power Pumper uses both feet and arms in an aerobic action that doubles the power and leaves old-time pedal cars in the dust. Just a few Power Pumpers are available this season, and there's just one way to get yours. Call 1-800-859-HEART. Power Pumper, great fun, great exercise, and a great Christmas gift. Kids call the Power Pumper one of the best new toys around, and we call it one of the best built products available. It's safe, and its precision steel frame is built to last. You won't find Power Pumper in stores until next year, so order direct from the manufacturer at 1-800-859-HEART. A limited number of Power Pumpers are available at $199.95. Reserve yours for Christmas with a $25 deposit. Just call 1-800-859-HART. For the rugged Northwest, you need a sidekick. A Suzuki Sidekick from Kops Motors. When you head out into the snow and rain, you need the security of a four-wheel drive Sidekick. And you get the same sure-footed features of the competition at half the price. When you get a new Suzuki Sidekick from Kops Motors, you'll also get a free Power Pumper ride-on car from Hart. The Sidekick for your little sidekick from Kops Motors in downtown Vancouver, where cars simply sell for less.
Plus, a local inventor markets a toy that really moves but requires no batteries. Coming up next from the News Center.
Plus, it was invented in Oregon, and your kids will probably want one. It's the Power Pumper. We'll take it for a test drive. The work of a local inventor appears on the market just in time for Christmas.
It's a car for kids powered by kids. Come along for a ride next. You know, the holiday toy market has a new addition, and it comes from right here in the Portland area. A local inventor has created a new kids cycle called the Power Pumper. It's being marketed by a Vancouver, Washington toy company as a healthy and fun toy. Mark Hubbard and some local kids gave it a test drive this morning.
The Power Pumper is a unique new toy because of where it gets its power. Not just from the pedals at your feet, but from the handlebars, which obviously you pump. A dozen of the little cars are on loan to the Portland school system to be used in Scooterville. The make-believe city teaches students about traffic laws. But for these kids, this is about a lot more than learning. Ask them what they think about the Power Pumper, they all say the same thing.
I think this is really fun.
They're real fun.
They're just fun.
If you want it to go faster, take long strokes when you ride it.
The Power Pumper is the invention of Mike Jones. He thought of it while standing in a toy store looking at scooters.
I thought if you could make the handlebars go back and forth and power it while you were riding on it, that would be a neat toy. And I stood there and envisioned the gear system.
Now it's on the road, so to speak, providing a good time and good exercise. The PE teacher likes it as much as the students.
It helps the feet and legs too, but they're getting a good upper body workout where they don't often get that just playing with bikes or any other kind of cars and things.
The Power Pumper comes with another big P, price tag. They retail for just under $200. Oh, and by the way, like most other hot holiday toys, there is some assembly required. With photographer Morris Banks, Mark Hubbard, News Center 6.
What if you can put chains on those tires?
It's cold.
Looking for a holiday gift that can help keep your kids fit? A local inventor has created a toy that works the upper body. It is called the Power Pumper. The cycle gets its power from the pedals and the handlebars. Students in Portland schools are using a dozen of the little cars to learn about traffic laws. Inventor Mike Jones got the idea at a toy store. He happened to stop in front of the scooter aisle.
I thought if you could make the handlebars go back and forth and power it while you were riding on it, that would be a neat toy. And I stood there and envisioned the gear system.
For now, the Power Pumper is only available through mail order catalog.
If you recall to say she rode one like that in 1923. It was called a Sammy car. Yeah, so maybe you got the idea at an antique store. Sports news.
Winter doesn't officially start for another month, but the winter weather is here. We may see some snow today above the 500-foot level.
Are you ready for the snow? Find out what you'll need to stay safe on the roads.
And for young drivers, there's a new hot rod on the market. We'll take a spin with a local inventor's toy.
Still ahead, just pedaling down the street could become a thing of the past thanks to a new invention.
The Power Pumper is a real big hit with the kids. We'll give you a look at the newest way to get around when we come back. 6:25 now. It's about time to get going on the Christmas shopping, holiday shopping, but what do you get the kid who has everything? Well, how about a toy made right here in the Northwest?
A local inventor has created a new kids' cycle called the Power Pumper. It's being marketed by a Vancouver, Washington toy company as both a healthy and a fun toy. We gave it a test drive. The Power Pumper is a unique new toy because of where it gets its power. Not just from the pedals at your feet, but from the handlebars, which obviously you pump. A dozen of the little cars are on loan to the Portland school system to be used in Scooterville. The make-believe city teaches students about traffic laws. But for these kids, this is about a lot more than learning. Ask them what they think about the Power Pumper, they all say the same thing.
I think this is really fun.
They're real fun.
They're just fun.
If you want it to go faster, take long strokes when you ride it.
The Power Pumper is the invention of Mike Jones. He thought of it while standing in a toy store looking at scooters.
I thought if you could make the handlebars go back and forth and power it while you were riding on it, that would be a neat toy. And I stood there and envisioned the gear system.
Now it's on the road, so to speak, providing a good time and good exercise. The PE teacher likes it as much as the students.
It helps the feet and legs too, but they're getting a good upper body workout where they don't often get that just playing with bikes or any other kind of cars and things.
The Power Pumper comes with another big P, price tag. They retail for just under $200. Oh, and by the way, like most other hot holiday toys, there is some assembly required. Right now, you can only get the Power Pumper through mail order catalog.
Don't you think you're a little too old and a little too big to be pumping away on that thing?
Well, to report on a story, you have to get the real feel for the story, so...
That you did.
They were fun.
Thanks, Mark.
And if you've ever had an idea for a toy, you're not alone. Later, Ken Ackerman shows us how those dreams can become reality.
And inside this blue jacket is a piece of sheet metal that's folded into a triangle. And inside that is simply a flash.
Back to Christmas, Santa's elves are not the only ones making a go out of toy building.
That's right. Next, you can meet some local residents who gave up their jobs to design toys and find out how you might be able to follow in their footsteps. You know, speaking of toys, your name does not have to be Milton or Bradley to get into inventing toys.
Ken Ackerman tells us tonight that a local toy company is looking for a few good ideas.
You can steer this while you roll.
All it takes is just one idea.
This is the first squiggle pen prototype I ever built.
And you too can follow in the footsteps of local toy inventors now living comfortably off their royalties. Like Mike Jones, who thought of a way to improve a toy while standing in line at Toys R Us.
You know, that's kind of an expensive toy just to push down the road. You know, if you could stand on it and push the handlebars back and forth and make it go, that'd be a neat toy.
Mike's Power Pumper is a hit. They're used in the Portland school system and has given Mike the freedom to leave his cement business behind.
And the general contractor looked at me and says, "What does this mean, Mike?" And I says, it means that I don't have to take any more crap from you. That was my last day.
Mike and wife Sigrid live in a nice home in a nice neighborhood, happily ever after.
I was about 10 years old when I started actually developing things that worked.
Rick Kristen was a firefighter who now goes by
Mr. Fun.
Thanks to his inventions, Mr. Fun will never have to go to Mr. Firehouse again, all because he followed through with his idea.
And then the idea hit me. You got to have a motor, you got to have a weight and a battery to drive it. And I went down to Fred Meyer's and I bought all the parts I needed. And 15 minutes, there it was, the squiggle pen.
We get probably 300-400 new submissions a year, of which we probably go with half dozen, 6 or 8.
Joe Hart, vice president of Hart Enterprises of Vancouver, isn't trying to discourage those with ideas. In fact, quite the opposite. Mike Jones went to them with this.
You have wheelbarrow tires and water pipe and car parts and everything else on the prototypes.
Rick Christian approached Hart with his idea.
These are things that you just put together with glue and baling wire.
But your idea doesn't even have to be that elaborate.
A lot of people don't have the means or the ability to fashion a prototype, so they come in with their ideas and we can run with it from there.
The Power Pumpers just hit the market in June and are a huge hit. 10 million of the Squiggle pens are now in the hands of consumers, and the Squiggle Ball is right behind. Who knows? Your idea could be next. In Portland, Ken Ackerman, the 10 o'clock news.
Fun stuff.
Let's go home right now.